Dangerous flooding and flooding will be expected for multiple areas across the south and areas of the East Coast. My name is Michael here to give you an update on the latest on what's going on out there. So as you can see here, we have the tropical storm that is entering areas, not made landfall yet in southern Louisiana, expected to do so a little soon. We'll probably have the 11 a.m. update very soon. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll continue to keep on grooving and moving. So right into here, this is our update for the 8 a.m. The 11 a.m. should come in. As a matter of fact, by 11 a.m., we may have landfall in the islands. I think landfall would consist of us maybe getting into Port Sulphur. Anyways, this storm is expected at this point in time, depending on that track it takes. If it takes that northern edge, it'll go into land and probably die off. If it takes that southern track, it'll move into areas like Houston with a double landfall situation scenario as we get into areas like that. So what are we looking right now as we get to the Storm Prediction Center for today? Showers and thunderstorms expected for almost the entire south and the western parts of the country. Marginal risk east of Denver and marginal risk south of Seattle. Now today, areas of eastern North Carolina, that includes areas of the upstate and the marginal risk in the Delmarva, in the slight risk for a tornado risk today. That's going to be eastern North Carolina and the Delmarva. Wind threat going to be relatively the same areas, and the hail threat will be in our north towards New York. Now for our wind threat, that'll be in New York, Denver, and things like that as well. Tornado threat, eastern North Carolina, and almost the entirety of Maine will be under that tornado threat with a 2% today. So day two, we're actually not going to be severe, which is actually interesting. So things could change, of course, but not severe limits at all. As we get into areas of the south, showers and thunderstorms, west, showers and thunderstorms in areas of the far northern parts of the country. That means we have no tornado and wind or hail threat to talk about here. But day three, we do have a marginal risk that's going to be in the north. Remember, of course, things could change. Showers and thunderstorms building in the south and in the west. So that's not nothing to worry about as well. So probabilistic outlook, northern parts of the country, day four, and so on. Begins to be hard to predict there. Fire danger for today. No fire danger for today. As we get into tomorrow, though, we're going to be building that fire danger for Northern California, Northwest Nevada, into Oregon, and into Washington. Dry thunderstorm. Isolated. Going to be areas of Washington. Going to be areas of Idaho into Montana. Also areas of Oregon as well. So that's something we got to watch out for. No areas in effect for day 3, day 4, and day 5. And we start to get far out for those things there. So our mesoscale discussions today. Mesoscale looks like we have none of that today. Now the Weather Prediction Center is going to be able to show us all of the flooding with this storm. Areas of New Orleans expecting some flooded today. Some flooding expected around Denver, west of Denver. But we also have interesting moderate flash flooding, well, potential of excessive rainfall. That's going to be areas of eastern North Carolina into the Delmarva, slight risk. So mainly along that I-85 corridor. It's going to, day two, it's going to be a wider area of it. It's going to sort of move south. Basically, I think this storm is setting us up for a rainmaker that's happening. We'll get into the models eventually. Into your day 3 outlook, slight risk along Alabama into Georgia, the Carolinas. Some areas of the upstate and the Midlands, eastern North Carolina, slight risk as we get into day 4. Things could change, of course, and we're just going to continue to have that rain. So rain is basically building across areas of the eastern United States. Now, let's look at our model runs. We had a lot of models. We had the potential, not saying it was going to happen, but we had the potential of a hurricane system. That potential seems to have gone away as the storm has finally been decreasing, finally weakening. So here's our look at our millibar lows here. This is what the HRRR model is showing us. Showing it going to New Orleans, wrapping back around, and then going into areas of southwest Louisiana. That is going to be our 12Z of the HRRR model. Now, what do our other models tell us? Let's look at the NAM. The NAM is actually running on I'm not sure if the NAM is loaded all the way, but this is the NAM showing us running into New Orleans, going southward into Texas, potentially into southern Texas. That's what the NAM is showing us. Could that be another landfall of a tropical storm? Very well possible, as we see that it'll make contact with Louisiana for quite a little bit. We talked about the southern track potential. It's not going to have the intensifying, we have the things of wind shear and the things of sort of dust, the environment possibilities. And, this is kind of something that we've been watching for. We're not saying a hurricane was going to happen. We're just watching, trying to get you prepared so that way, if that were the likelihood of that situation, you would be prepared for it regardless. Now, I guess this is what's happening here is we have our high pressure system here. And since it's moving in that direction like that, what's happening is we had this storm sort of move up like this in the northwest direction. But now, because that high pressure is moving it in this direction, in the southwest direction, we're sort of having a U-turn sort of loop because that high pressure is, let's use a different color for this, but that high pressure is sort of moving like this. And what we have going on here is we have our low pressure doing a track like this, causing it to move in the southwest direction and then move along that area of the high pressure. And that's why you try to see it curve back out towards Texas. That's why when it turns, you're not seeing probably this turn that goes straight down like this, maybe into Mexico or areas of southern Texas, which southern Texas is still possible. Rain going to be on the table for multiple areas out there. So that's why you're seeing this storm sort of go up, down, and then back around, sort of doing a little roller coaster thing here. So for our GFS model here, here's a look at our GFS. We have the millibar starting to go up and starting to weaken as you get into areas of Louisiana, riding that coast, and then going back into Texas. So the models are liking the idea of Texas, Southwest Louisiana. As you get into those areas right there, they're liking the idea of that. Now, if we go to our Euro model, 999 millibar, it looks like it wanted to weaken just a little bit there, but I don't know if that's behind or. But it wanted to weaken a little bit, going to New Orleans, going to areas of Texas. So Texas, if you get the storm or not, you're expecting more than likely going to be some rain temperatures. So that's something we want to watch out for. Currently, here's a look at our satellite view of this storm right now. Once again, everything is sitting in the southward direction of this storm. We're seeing, as you can see on your screen, we're seeing a lot of that shower and thunderstorm activity, a lot of that cloud cover moving in that southwestern direction. It's been on the south side of the storm the whole. All right, my name is Michael here to give you an update on the latest on what's going on out there in the weather community. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with the person you may know. We're going to continue to have that band of heavy rain that's going to be continuing or across areas of Louisiana, building up towards the eastern coast of the United States. And we don't have an update right now, but I'll probably have an update soon, probably on YouTube Shorts or something like that. But yeah, my name is Michael. Have a safe day, and I'll see you out there in the weather community.